So today I'm going to be sharing with you my unconventional method of finding niches and sub niches, as well as discovering customer problems, so much to the point they're literally calling out to you to solve them by using a community-led way, which is Reddit, but using a special tool called Gummy Search to then unpack Reddit and really find these gold mines, right? And I'm going to have a document as well as a GPT prompt as well as everything for you to use. Um, this is going to be pretty good. Like I think this will be very helpful to you guys. So I'm just going to open up the document now. There's a couple principles that I want to cover before we start off. And number one is the critical points for success. So we want to spend 80% of the time within the problem space, right? So when we're doing this initial market research, we spend too much time, like I think, brainstorming or already having these brilliant solutions that we have in mind, right? Whether that be for a niche that you're in or a niche that you're not in, we go like, okay, yeah, no, this is something that someone wants, and I want to build this out, right? And the problem is no one wants it, right? And that kind of touches into the second point over here, which is do not project your own solutions and problems onto your ideal customer. And if you are, you have to validate whether it's true or not. That's a big thing. So, a lot of the time we might think of a brilliant idea, like I mentioned, but you're just projecting or like you're thinking, okay, I know these people well, or, I know of these people or how they might think, and you create these solutions that no one wants. Don't do that. And if you're going to do that, use this method to ensure the obviousness of the idea is in fact obvious and people do want it. Okay. So we're going to be doing that. And number three is just like something to keep in mind is identify patterns and trends all the time whenever you're doing this kind of research. So we're going to be whether that be extrapolating ideas from what's working overseas, what's working in similar markets or similar niches, and then using trends as well as your own intuition and spotting out these trends as well. Like back yourself, but also try and validate whatever you've thought of. Um, there is a text guide as well, if that's what you're after. And the tools we're going to be looking is, like I said, Gummy Search, G2, Trustpilot as well. And then you can use these as supplementary ones. These are quite obvious. People have made a lot of videos on these already, so just do that. And like I said, I've provided you guys some questions and the prompt as well, which you'll see what the purpose is later in this video. Yeah, so let's just pretty much get started then. Let's do it. I forgot to hit record and I was absolutely cooking as well. But anyway, let's continue. So before I continue, shout out to three people. Number one, Greg Eisenberg, who I heard a podcast and he mentioned Gummy Search, and that's the only way that I found out about it. He has a fantastic podcast called the Startup Ideas Podcast, and he gets really cool guests on, and they just brainstorm and just talk about really good startups. Really cool guy. Number two is Steph France, who's a YouTuber. He makes content as well, and I got this initial video idea from him, which was he was using Reddit to pretty much find a hidden gold mine, similar to what I'm doing. So shout out to him. Check out his video as well. And number three, the founder of Gummy Search, Fed. He's a really cool guy. I've briefly emailed him a couple times, and he seems a really good guy. Be sure to reach out to him if you are interested in this product. He might be able to hook you up. And anyway, let's start the video then. Okay, when you first go into Gummy Search, this is what you see, which is the audience section. So the most critical part is what audience or what kind of niches and sub niches do you want to find, and this is the perfect place to do it. So what it allows you to do over here is if it decides to load, okay, make new audience. Okay, so he already has created a bunch of curated audiences, which is pretty much a collection of subreddits, right? But you can always just go and do it yourself. We hit trending, and as you can see, there's largest active and growing by search volume, sorry, by user volume and the growth as well. So you can go through, pick and add your own audiences, and that's like super powerful in itself. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to use startup founders. Like I said, I already recorded this, so all the things will be done already, which might be better for us because it will save us more time. But the good element, or the cool thing about the paid version of Gummy Search, is that instead of just being able to kind of browse Reddit in an organized way, what we can do now is we can head to themes, and pretty much through, I'm assuming he's using AI to here, it has done sentiment analysis and pretty much categorized everything into these 10 kind of themes, right? Hot discussions, hot content, advice requests, solution requests, pain and anger, and all this stuff. And pretty much let's just click on pain and anger, which is the one we'll be using, the most. And we can go on common patterns, and we can see the results, right? So this will just show us the most 200 recent posts, and it will give us the patterns, and it has the direct thread and links us directly to the post and the comments as well. So this is really, really good, and for whatever, if you're just trying to get a good understanding of the niche in general, but we want to dig a bit deeper, and we want to use it specifically for digging up customer problems and areas that we can potentially tap into, right? Opportunities. So what we're going to do is go to this ask section, and we can pretty much just Q&A with this audience. So we can type in whatever we want. But this is where the document comes in that I've sent, that you can download, sorry, at the bottom. And there's a bunch of problem discovery questions, right? And this is pretty much questions that you can ask GPT, copy and paste any of these. So there's a bunch of different categories that you can do depending on what your needs are. So let's just start higher level, and I've already done this already, as you can see. I've done heaps actually. But I'm just gonna click from here. But what you do is just paste things there. So I'm just going on off the recent questions so that I don't have to use more credit, because these questions are saved, right? Which is good. So what we're gonna do is click on this one. Let's just pretend we search that up. If you recalculate, it will do it again. But like I said, view results, because I've already done this. So we're just gonna open this up here quickly, and I'm just gonna scroll all the way up. Maybe I'll just start a new chat here because this was the previous one. We'll go over here, and pretty much this is the initial summary from the question I've asked. This is so powerful. Like, imagine this, like, what are the top 3 issues you face? Or maybe let's just say, what are the top issues that you face? So it doesn't just segment it as 3. I don't know if that changes anything, but let's just do that for this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's probably around 15. I was counting quite quickly. Okay, awesome. We have these work-related issues, and then we have personal life issues. That's a really good categorization. I don't even know that it does that. Anyway, so we have these kind of things, but this is good because it's a summary, but we want more of the evidence, right? So what we're going to do is, it has all of these citations for where they got these points from, and we're pretty much just going to expand all of these so that the thread that they've sourced it from is there, and we're pretty much just gonna copy all of this inside the chat. But before I do that, I have to go to the prompt that I've created. So just make sure that you guys come to this file, copy this. This prompt was so annoying because it just kept starting the analysis before I told it to. It might still do that, but hopefully it doesn't. It should say something like, yes, I understand. Okay, perfect. And what we're going to do, as I mentioned, is to start at the top and work our way down, copying everything, including the user, and then just paste it in. Now I'm just going to break this up and start a new line for each one, just to segment it easier. What are the top issues? Okay, I'm just going to use 2 or 3 other ones. What task do you find most frustrating and why? View result. I'll make sure to expand all of these so we get all that juicy evidence. Come back down, copy, paste. Now, like I mentioned, this is like a pretty quick and dirty way of doing it. But that's just what you got to do. You got to leverage technology, eh? Oh, I've forgotten what questions I've asked already. Okay, what are you struggling with the most? View results. Scroll down to the bottom. Expand all of these. Let's go. 9, 10. Go to the bottom. Scroll up. Hold shift, click, command C, bang, bang. And let's just do one more. Hopefully I don't do the same one again. Am I recording? Yes, okay. What are you struggling with the most? What are the most time consuming parts of your day? I think that's a good one, if I haven't done that already. Expand all of this. 4, 5, 6, 7. Go down. Come back up. What are the most time consuming parts of your day? Click and enter. Now I'm just going to enter this. Hopefully my usage doesn't run out because there's heaps of data here. My new chat has been glitching out, so what I'm going to do is just use my previous chat, the one that I forgot to hit record on, because it spat out some pretty good stuff, and pretty much I can just run you through what happened anyway. So we pasted this in. I posted the thread. I mean the information. It spat out some really good things, but it wasn't providing enough direct quotations from Reddit. This is really important. If it's doing something similar to you, just prompt it again, right? Make sure you correlate each point with direct quotations from Reddit, because this is the key part. This allows us to get, nitty gritty. We have actual evidence from real experiences, so that we don't just have a general summary or point about this problem. We have people saying it, and we can read between the lines as well. So now that we have more of this evidence, this is where the power of Gummy Search, as well as using this prompt, comes in, and will help you so much with this, finding problems and niches. I implore that you do this. It's really good. Okay, so we're getting social media management problems, overwhelm, prioritization, stress and work-life balance, isolation and self-doubt, impacts of pain points, additional relevant information, categorization. Okay, so this is really good, cool stuff. I never knew what to post, how to encourage engagement. I'm sitting here overwhelmed every day. I want to quit. Okay, so we're clearly seeing some very different pain points, which is good. And I'll show you what I'll do next, right? If we're getting things different or we want to specify within one thing. Points of interest, social media solutions, coaching mentorships, mental health support. I'm pretty sure what I asked after this was, I was seeing heaps of things about social media, and just for the purpose of this video, let's just dig deeper within this one section of this niche, or within these problems that we want to solve for. Okay, can you expand on the idea of social media management, pain points and opportunities? Make sure to corroborate with direct quotation. Make sure you say that so that it knows. Okay, so pain points, content creation. Many business owners struggle with creating content, correct? I never knew what to post or how to encourage engagement. Okay, time management, plan days to shoot content. Yep. Engagement, starting audience question, interacting with stories or giving them tips. This is just good advice in general. I'm not tech literate, but social media. I am not tech, but social media isn't something I engage in much. Personal. Okay, fair enough. Right. So we're clearly seeing some similar commonalities between all this stuff: affordability, educational resources, outsourcing, automated. Okay, so this is really good. This is really good stuff. Okay, so I think what I did from here was, I was seeing there was this idea of startup founders. Obviously, a lot of these people are solopreneurs, so they're pretty much a one-man team that does everything. So they're delivering the product or service as well, but they also got to market it, find customers, do all of that stuff. And what I'm seeing here is people are struggling for both time to create this content, but also a lack of education or lack of experience creating content that works, right? So that's why there's these opportunities for educational resources, as well as outsourcing or creating a management tool, or maybe an educational platform that will help these guys. So that's what I'm thinking right now is, solopreneurs or solo founders need help with marketing, because their current, I guess, marketing experience isn't good enough, and probably outsourcing isn't what they wanted to. So what do they say here? since we started in a few cases on the website. I'm pretty sure I saw a point where they couldn't, yeah. So one of my goals for next year is to bring someone in to do multiple things, but they clearly don't have enough funds at the moment. So the early stage founders, very relatable. So I was like, okay, what are the struggles with outsourcing content creation right now? And like it said, cost constraints, quality, consistency, trust, and reliability. Now this is kind of obvious, but we now have the evidence of this as well. Now, I guess everything is obvious to an extent, right? Like when you see things, you go, okay, yeah, obviously. But there are also different things that you might not have thought about, and that's important. At least you're validating the obviousness. I don't even know if that's a word. Of the idea, and that's something that you need to do. Sure, a lot of the time you might be able to like I said, project your own solution to the problem. And look, you might be right sometimes, but you might be wrong other times. It should if anything make you more confident by validating through community that yes, okay, this really is a problem. And like we're saying here, social media for founders really is a problem. They don't really know what they're doing, or they can't afford it, or they don't have time. Now, what I do from here, I could keep digging, doing all sorts of stuff here, but obviously we're not going to do that, right? I think what's most important here is that for things that we want more information on, we just keep prompting this chat. Anything that you like, or maybe even the summaries in general, just throw it all into a document, and maybe you can even summarize the whole document using some other prompts. There's heaps of things that you can do with it, but just whatever piques your interest, just dig deeper. Make sure you ask him to corroborate with more information. Maybe there's not enough things that you want, and this is where you come back to Gummy Search. Okay, let's ask social media or content creation struggles, right? We just ask this more. We use the keywords. This is something that we're interested in now. We're interested in maybe potentially solving for content creation for founders. We will just ask this question, see how it's doing here. Blah 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 blah. One. Okay, bang. Content creation, reluctant to try video editing. Mompreneur struggles. Look, solopreneur, mompreneur. Okay. Startup struggles, overworked, unappreciated. So you just keep digging. Like this is the fun part. This is literally the gold mine element of this. These are hidden gold mines. You just got to keep digging. Like the diamond is just one block away, you know. So we can keep doing this, and you just keep synthesizing this. Like the GPT's memory is pretty good, so it can remember the things, and just make sure, like I said, to corroborate the idea that you have with the posts instead of it just hallucinating and just giving you very like general and boring information. Okay, and after we do that, let's say okay, we want to find a solution. Let's say, how can I create a solution for content creation? For content create a solution for content creation, just to like founders. Okay, maybe this isn't as good as I wanted. Anyway, scrap that. But what I'll do is you just keep brainstorming, ask it to help you to brainstorm some solutions. So let's say maybe their idea is okay, we want to create some kind of software to help people create content, right? Solopreneurs create content. And this is where I'd go to something like G2, and then we're pretty much going to do the same kind of process, or we take real reviews, real Reddit, real comments and posts, and just find out what's not working. So let's just go marketing. I don't know if they have content marketing. I'm not sure if this is not SEMrush, content studio, content creation software. Okay, let's just look at one of these. Now I'm just gonna pick any random one. Like it might not match exactly what we're trying to do. I'm pretty sure SEMrush wouldn't be very applicable. AI video generation platform. Okay, maybe this is something that we want to look into. We click on this, right? And we go into the reviews. and we pretty much just sort it by lowest rating. Now, you don't have to do lowest rating. You can maybe pick out the reviews that you want, and we'll head back over here. So I will now post, provide reviews from a content creation software called synesthesia. I don't know how to say that word. I think that's how you say it. Synthesia. Yep. Software called Synthesia. Please provide real reviews. Highlight the weaknesses and pain points. Weaknesses, opportunities, and pain points. Ensure to corroborate with direct quotations from the reviews. Hit enter. Anyway, I forgot to copy the post. Anyway, we'll go here. We'll scroll all the way down. Now I'm just going to do this. Oh, the review's actually quite good, it seems. Nice work, guys. Anyway, we'll scroll down and just copy this. We have to make an account, do this. I'm not logged in, but we'll go here and we'll just copy and paste. Hopefully this works well. Okay, pain points, cost constraints, quality insurance, trust and reliability, communication and alignment. As you can see, we can just continue digging and using community-led experiences, reviews, whatever. We want real experiences. I can't stress this enough. This is why it's so much better than just telling ChatGPT to brainstorm things for you, or using any other method like that, where it will just give you very general kind of ideas which are very obvious, right? We want to validate this by actual experiences people mention, whether that be in a form of a review or a Reddit post or whatever. So if you can think of ways where you could do this, let's say crowdsourced by real experiences, then use that. And obviously Reddit is pretty much one of the best places because there's so many sub niches and it's very, very active. And then using a platform like Gummy Search and then synthesizing everything with ChatGPT is probably the best way to do things. So let's just have a look. Okay, terrible pricing model. So they're just not good in that capacity. A few avatars that don't look sound good. Custom avatar isn't real, it doesn't work. If I made an account where you just click show more, like what we're doing with Gummy Search, and just copy everything now, maybe do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, and just do this for any competitors after you've kind of brainstormed sort of things. If you are working more with the product as opposed to a software, what you can potentially do is just go on Trustpilot, or maybe you can just search up the reviews. Search up the company directly and look for reviews. If you're in Australia, you can use product review as well, actually. Before I fully wrap up, I might actually show you one thing, and it's that you can use Gummy Search, right, to have conversations with people. You should be saving these threads, right? You should be saving these threads and then speaking to these customers. Like, use this as a kind of like a frictionless way of just having these conversations with people who have already expressed their anger, instead of having to find people to speak to. You have all these people to speak to already. Like, it's a no-brainer. You should definitely try and use leverage this platform. Now, this obviously isn't a comprehensive like guide or thing of how to use Gummy Search. There's heaps of things. I'm still finding new things as well, but this is how I'll use it initially for the purpose that I'm demonstrating. So yeah, I do hope that was really helpful in helping you get an understanding of how we can use these tools to find these hidden niches, as well as find these customer problems that aren't just general, right? With these real world experiences, these people calling out to you, they're literally calling out to you indirectly that they need something to help them address this kind of thing. And obviously there's heaps of posts, heaps of people, just spilling everything out. And this is a fantastic way to not only find those things which are hidden away, but also to synthesize everything together so that you have a really good understanding of what the pain points are, any opportunities, and then just start brainstorming. You should actually start speaking to people now using these platforms, right? If this was helpful, let me know. If there's anything else that you want to see, let me know. Feel free to connect. Feel free to ask me any questions. If there's anything that you'd improve or any feedback, I'd love that as well. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.